Nothing is difficult, nothing is difficult if you get used to it. I had it, here it is. Nothing is difficult if you get used to it. Training and training, then you will get used to it, like waking up early. There's nothing that does not get easier as we get used to it, and we can learn to accept any kind of hardship, and we can learn to accept. There's nothing that does not get easier as we get used to it, and we can learn to accept any kind of hardship. So training the mind is the key, and will enable us to withstand difficulties and defeat anger. What we discover is that suffering gives us renunciation, compassion for others, purification, and more. You can use troubles and turn them into causes of happiness. You can even see the possibility of being grateful and welcoming suffering. Generally speaking, whether you attain Buddhahood or not depends solely on your diligence. So make every effort to practice the 3 kinds of diligence. Someone with exceptional intelligence, but only a little diligence, will only be an inferior practitioner. Someone with exceptional intelligence, but only a little diligence. Someone with exceptional intelligence, but only a little diligence, will only be an inferior practitioner. But someone with little intelligence and extraordinary diligence will become a superior practitioner. With no diligence or whatsoever, all other good qualities would be useless. The omniscient Jigme Lingpa said, no intelligence, no power, no wealth or strength can help someone without diligence. He's like a boatman whose boat has everything but oars. And for that, I'm now going to have some soy milk before we move on. Keep listening to the teaching, it transforms your mind, takes you through a process. Keep listening to the teaching, it transforms water, it transforms your mind. They will only stop when you decide once and for all to put an end to them. The antidote is to encourage ourselves and boost our self-confidence. We all have the potential for enlightenment. To overcome the vast pain of samsara, we should be able to put up with some minor discomforts. How can we feel dejected when bodhicitta? We should be able to overcome the vast pain of samsara, we should be able to put up with some minor discomforts. How can we feel dejected when bodhicitta removes all our physical? How can we feel dejected when bodhicitta removes all our physical and mental suffering and takes us? How can we be dejected when bodhicitta removes all our physical and mental suffering and takes us to the bliss of enlightenment? It's true. The crucial point of the mind. The crucial point of the mind has 2 aspects. First is to arouse the motivation of bodhicitta, to correct your motivation by considering that you are entering into this session of study and practice with the intention of bringing all beings to the omniscient state of perfect Buddhahood. Second is Guru Yoga. Invoke in the sky before you the embodiment of enlightenment in the form of your master or Guru Rinpoche. Pray that all the wisdom and qualities in his wisdom mind relating to the arousing of bodhicitta may arise in your being. All his wisdom and all the wonderful qualities of bodhicitta. Feel and believe that you are empowered by his bodhicitta. As you pray with sincere and deep devotion, the master glows with tremendous love and compassion, melts into light and dissolves into you. His mind merges completely with yours. Rest in this state of meditation for a while. Conclusion to the session. Imagine you're in the presence of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. It is in this presence offer the merit of this session together with all the merit you've accumulated from positive actions in the past, present, and future, and all the merit ever accumulated by the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and realized beings in the past, present, and future. Add all the merit from positive actions of all sentient beings throughout the whole of time. Put all the merit together and dedicate so that all beings may be free from suffering and its causes and attain the precious state of perfect Buddhahood. If you can, dedicate completely, free of any notion of something to dedicate, someone dedicating, and even the act of dedicating, or emulate the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of thinking in the same way as all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas made a completely pure dedication, free of the dualistic concepts of subject, object, and action. So, in the same way, I too now dedicate my merit. Dedication prayer through this merit. Consider the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas now grant your wish, and they send all this merit to all beings. Rest a moment and seal your dedication in a state of non-conceptuality. Rest a moment and seal your dedication in a state of non-conceptuality, free of grasping. In fact, we are tormenting them. They are helping us towards enlightenment. To get angry would be totally perverted. Instead, we must feel gratitude. In brief, it's thanks to those who wish us harm because of their anger and hate, that we develop patience. The enemy is the only one who gives us this golden opportunity. Therefore, we should respect and revere them just as much as we venerate the Dharma. And you can in the same way, that's how you should think of Wi-Fi. The more we can see people and events, the more we can see people and events that cause us harm like that, the more we see how unreal. The more we see how unreal and empty the object and agent of anger, the more we see how unreal and empty the object and agent of anger are, then the more our anger will evaporate. It has no home, and this will keep our mind peaceful and happy, and we won't react. We will have no wish at all to retaliate if we are harmed. If they are handing us an opportunity to practice patience, purify karma, and gain merit, we are benefiting, while they are paving the way to hell. How on earth can we get angry at them? The Dalai Lama quotes Asanga's Bodhisattva levels, Bodhisattva Bhumi, which gives 11 ways of acting to benefit sentient beings, by protecting beings and by helping those that... 11 ways of acting to benefit sentient beings, by protecting beings and by helping those that suffer, advising people by showing them how to do things, by respecting and welcoming them, by protecting them from danger or fear, by offering comfort to those who are grieving, by fulfilling material and spiritual needs of the deprived and needy, by helping those seeking a spiritual teacher, by empathizing with those who have lost their ability to do virtuous acts, and are dejected, by inspiring them by focusing on their good qualities, by setting them right even with strong measures, by performing miracles. The motivation to give. His Holiness continues, in all of these cases, it all depends on our motivation. If we get proud and self-satisfied about how all the great things we have done, and then everything is lost. If we practice generosity with the idea of a reward, then all the merit of the generosity is lost. A bodhisattva prays that the positive karmic result of generosity will ripen in others and not for himself. So this means that he or she dedicates even the results of their positive actions to others. That's a good, that's a good win on patience. All right, now we move on to